Welcome.
Yeah, hi, hi.
Debarya, you're not welcome here. Tie has to latkofy in your gala. Yes. Have you seen a cooler genie? Vamsi, I have a request. Vamsi, can I gift you a sunglasses with -8, please?
Emotional, damn it!
अब भोली शक्ल ले रहे हो तो उसका मतलब थोड़ी तुम्हारी 4 गर्लफ्रेंड्स नहीं है. एक के बाद एक कॉल्स तो भाई किसी स्टार्टअप फाउंडर को नहीं आ रहे जितने तेरे को आ रहे हैं. बाय द वे 17 साल का लड़का है ये. इसके जीवन में अभी स्टार्टअप के अलावा यू नो व्हाट एल्स इज हैपनिंग. सब इतनी शांति क्यों हुई रूम में गाइस?
By the way, what's the full form of WP squad?
What up, it's squad? So with this, I am going to start off formally with a quick introduction of the genies. So guys, we have two people today with us, Vamsi and Sahil. So let me start off with Vamsi. He's an IT Madras alumnus. He's a marketer and investor. And currently he's heading the startup sourcing and curation department of LetsVenture, which is India's biggest startup investing platform. Okay. So to be sourcing and curating startups there is a very, very big responsibility. And at such a young age, he's been, he's taking care of that. He's had a startup experience himself before. He started a digital growth agency before by the name Real Tycoon, and some sort of child prodigy, man. He's been investing since 17, 18 and content creation bhi karna hai. So he does a bunch of things and he's got a fancy mic, as we can see. So clearly we know he's serious about this stuff. So Vamsi, we're going to exploit your experience and your networks, and that is what you're going to bring to the table today. That sounds good?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Cool, thanks. Is there anything else that I missed out that you want to highlight?
No, I think that's good enough. Yeah.
Cool. And then we have Sahil Vaidya. A bunch of you might know him. कहीं ना कहीं इसकी शक्ल दिख जाती है और ये ऐसे फोब्स में आ जाता है ऐसे ही चलते फिरते, और काफी सारे all in the creative world industry. He's now he and his co-founder Chirag both have done phenomenally well, and they're literally India's fastest growing creative and growth partners, right? Am I correct? You would call it both now, right? Not just creative anymore. So ये ऐसे team expand कर रहे हैं खटाखट, like God knows how many few hundred people, employees at this point, and they are known for their extremely quirky minimalistic campaigns which make their signature style stand out. That's how they got supremely popular, and interestingly they got popular from a Facebook page, right? Back in college. So he's been running this company when you were in your 3rd year, right? You started then?
4th year, yeah.
4th year, okay. So we knew each other as music friends back then, but then turned out that he went in a completely different stream of extremely high creative projects and stuff, and that has really paid off well. He's now in all kinds of lists you can imagine. I don't even know how many now, but I'm not going to praise him for that. What I would praise him for that, one last thing, is that they've recently launched a book by the name Think Like a Minimalist. And I tried my best to be the first ordering guy of that book, but I think I was late. So I got the book. मैं पढ़ा नहीं है अभी तक Sahil, so don't feel bad about it. But I am sure the day I open it, whenever I choose to, very soon, I am expecting very high value design nuggets of all kinds, because I know exactly how you think. So thank you so much for coming here today, and I hope this turns out to be a fun experience.
Absolutely, thank you.
So guys, with this introduction, you've got one stalwart of creative side of the world, and trust me, like when it comes to creative stuff, you want to talk to him, get his inputs on branding, marketing. एकदम by the way बहुत expensive आदमी है, free में तुम्हें यहाँ कुछ ज्ञान मिल रहा है तो ले लेना, ठीक है? और then we've got Vamsi. He's at such a young age, he's now the pro of a lot of the inside activities of startup ecosystem. He's very well connected, and LetsVenture is the biggest platform, guys. Okay, so I'm actually very, very happy and proud that these guys accepted the invite, and they are also anticipating कि कुछ तो interesting होगा. Vamsi, please don't put a poker face, yaar. Like I expect you to at least pretend like you're happy about this.
Yeah, I am happy. I'm definitely happy. Maybe that might
at
not
this point, at this point, we've gone live. If you don't feel happy, you have to still pretend. Okay, that is
effort of pretending. I'm already happy, so yeah.
Okay, we know what the show is already. The idea is we want to deliver, or we want to ensure that there is a platform where very early stage startups and founders come in and they find what they're looking for next. And often what we're looking for next is not just funds. That is my core philosophy here. Funds is one of the things, and we are going to do our best to figure out solutions to that too. But that's not the core focus here. This is not Shark Tank. This is not any of that. What we are trying to do is something very unique. We are saying that we want to build an ecosystem around value. Let's provide value that makes a difference to building your company. And that can be in the form of knowledge, insights, mentorship, industry connects, and whatnot, right? Apart from funds. So let's make sure that we know exactly what we're expecting here so that people are here in a position to really offer you help. And by the way, once we are on that point of what do you need, everyone else can also pitch in if they've got something. Okay. So this is that open pitch, open ask model. And anyone can be Genie, really. You don't have to be a rich investor with money bags lying around to be able to help someone out in making their dreams come true. So with this, I think we can start off our first pitch. Okay. And founders, you guys already know you're in your best attire. Sandeep is the smartest looking guy in the room right now. And and we are going to kick off with in the order that I see as alphabetical. Okay. So what's the alphabetical? Debarya. There we go, Debarya.
Hi, I'm Debarya from Upraised. या तो हम HR की नौकरी खा जाते हैं या फिर उनके लिए काम आसान कर देते हैं. तो उस हिसाब से अगर देखें तो आप किसी को अगर हायर करना चाहते हैं तो आप उसको ऑफिस बुलाते हैं, उसका इंटरव्यू लेते हैं, उसका असाइनमेंट भेजते हैं, वो असाइनमेंट चेक करो, वापस इंटरव्यू लो. इस चक्कर में अगर अभी भी आप फंसे हुए हैं तो यू आर स्टक इन 2002 गाइस एंड दिस इज 2022. तो इसके लिए हम लाए हैं एक बहुत ही आसान सा तरीका, वेरी स्केलेबल टेक प्लेटफॉर्म कॉल्ड अपरेस्ड, जहाँ पे आप एक टुकड़ा कागज से किसी का फ्यूचर नहीं डिसाइड करते. आप जानते हैं उसका प्रैक्टिकल या इम्प्लीमेंटेशन या कॉग्निटिव स्किल्स क्या है, उस हिसाब से आप उस बंदे को जज करते हैं, और जज करना ही है तो उसका काम पे जज करें. उस हिसाब से वी कैन हेल्प यू रिक्रूट द बेस्ट ऑफ द टैलेंट्स इन अ वेरी शॉर्ट स्पैन ऑफ टाइम, और आपका सरदर्द कम करेंगे और आपका एचआर के बजट हायरिंग तो बहुत ही कम कर देंगे. तो what I am looking for is basically industry connects, B2B industry connects, and at the same time some kind of funding support definitely from you guys. Thanks.
Awesome, perfectly on time. सही है यार. But you did a phenomenal job, man. Sahil and Vamsi, I need more reaction, guys. ये क्या एकदम वैसे सीरियस होके क्यों बैठे हो? इतना सीरियस होना है तो प्लीज you've got other stuff to do in your life. Feel free.
But our reaction
don't go right now. I'm just kidding.
Separately, right?
Yeah.
No, like during this as well. But yes, well, let me start off the 2-minute timer. Abhi we had a quick pitch from Debarya, and I want to know how did you feel about this, please.
Sahil, according to me, HR space is a space where lot of attention is required, number one, but still at the same time, lot more people are actually giving attention to it. Because it's an already overcluttered market, first of all, and someone trying to start in it, I feel there has to be a lot of differentiation, or else either in the experience, number one, how they experience the product or the experience the service, whatever it is, and it and I really don't know like what it takes, because people who have been the HR gurus etc. have been trying to do it, but still have been not very great at scaling it up. Providing experience is one part, scaling it up is the second part. So I feel that is the constraint I see in this business. But what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I had pretty similar thoughts, because I get so many cold emails from such tech solutions, and I mean, while I ignore them many times, I try to forward them sometimes to my HR team. But I remember that every time I send it to someone, it's like they say, this is useless, this is crap, we don't want to use it. Sometimes I think HR sees this as a threat to their own job.
That's actually there, yeah.
Debarya's pitch is exactly that. I'm going to fire you, you user of mine, I'm going to fire you.
And the problem is, when you say I'm going to fire you, the boss actually sends the mail to the person who's going to get fired. So naturally they say, sir, humko nahi chahiye, hum kar lenge. We will push the paper like 2002. So that's a problem. I
So
feel.
एक काम करते हैं. This was the initial impression. Okay, we don't know enough about Debarya's business yet, but these are your initial impressions. Now, basis this, with this partial information, whatever you have, I need a thumbs up or thumbs down whether you want to listen to the full pitch or not.
Emotional, damn it.
Okay, that both thumbs up. Got it, Debarya. We're going to have the first bust. क्या disappointing investors हैं यार, unkind people man. मतलब
We are trying to make him better. We are trying to give him raw intelligence.
I thought we had to be honest. Not nice.
हम लोगों ने सीट रेस कर लिया है. FIA हम लोगों ने सीट रेस कर लिया है.
Yeah, in your face, genies.
That's awesome to know, actually.
No. So this is the importance of a quick pitch, Debarya. Now, see that there is an intention behind doing this immediately. I'm just going to give a quick, kind of explainer behind this. What that means is, does our pitch feel compelling enough? One, about the problem. Second, about the uniqueness of the solution. These are the two important things. That's what I've understood from their feedback, right? Is the problem very well defined enough, specific enough, right? HR का life easy करना है या फिर HR recruitment time करना है? Can we make it more precise that exactly step में ये problem है and maybe this particular step nobody is solving and I come in, right? Do you guys think that would help if the problem was more specifically defined in the pitch?
Yeah.
Because HR recruiting is a huge bunch, right? So I think that is one.
There are many spaces within HR automation. I mean, probably if we would have understood which exact part is being targeted, that probably would have been more pinpointed.
Correct. And the second thing that I was about the solution that you had shared, right? You don't have to explain the solution, but is there a way for us to communicate to someone who's listening to you for the first time that this solution is not just a good solution, it's also a unique solution. Because as he said, this is very important feedback for us to have a better. And you raise funds, man. It's not about funding again. It's the name of the show is WHATTA PITCH, right? We want to see some more powerful, very powerful pitches. And I think, by the way, we've been interacting, and me and Debarya, we've been doing this. So I take some credit. The idea of firing the HR was mine. मेरी वजह से इसको फंसा दिया.
So Nivedan is the one who needs to be fired.
I need to be fired. Yeah.
So I think there could be some sort of even some clarity, right? Like when I say clarity, for example, like you should have maybe mentioned saying that maybe like by 5x you are able to speed up the process or some clarity, right? Because the value proposition also should have come out is what I felt overall, because that was some way still more anecdotal, which is good, but still at the same time the value proposition was not very clear over there.
Yeah. We need a glimpse on how it is unique.
I was actually keeping it for that the 5-minute pitch, but that like that automated cognitive screening part, तो उसको हम interest बनाने के लिए बात के लिए छोड़ दिए थे, लेकिन anyway
I think वो cognitive screening वाला was the unique solution, and I think you were sharing that earlier. I remember that very well. उसके बारे में if we could hear a line or two कि special cognitive screening है जो nobody else is doing, that makes it unique, right? Especially the screening, we take up the screening part and do special cognitive वाला कुछ algorithms हमारे, that now I think could have turned on our antennas कि कुछ तो चल रहा है यहाँ पे. So what we'll do is, since this is the very first show, I want to ask other people if that is fine, that we get to hear a little bit more about his startup, what he had, and then we'll stop it there. Is that fine?
Yeah, works. Yeah.
Cool. Because I think in the first episode, I'm going to be lenient for now. Because we need to know this in our episode how this goes. But we got honest feedback from the investors कि pitch के basis पे this is how they felt. Okay. So I'm going to turn on the timer for 5 minutes, and I'm going to keep this rule the same for everyone in the first session so that everyone else has a reference, whoever is coming in the next episodes. Okay.
Right.
Cool. So I'm starting off the timer for 5 minutes. We have this time where Debarya, you can explain further, and guys, you can do more Q&A. This is a discussion round now between the four of us. Okay, go ahead, please.
Okay, so as I just briefly explained you, so we are basically targeting the segment of the recruitment process where we are actually screening or evaluating the candidates. So mostly what the other portals or the other platforms do is they take a series of MCQ questions, psychometric analysis test ke naam pe, and they are not very accurate enough. So we are actually implementing an automated machine learning model that will detect if it is for a developers, it will be the codes will be detected. If it's a designer or a content creator, the designs will be detected. For content creation or content writing or communication based skills, we are using natural language processing technologies, which will automatically evaluate the candidate with respect to the job role they have applied for and rank it as per that particular role. For example, मान लीजिए if you are a PHP developer, आपने कोड करके एक assignment submit किया है auto prompted environment पे, और उस हिसाब से AI ने आपका स्कोर का क्वालिटी पे, आपका आउटपुट क्वालिटी पे उस हिसाब से आपको रैंक किया, and based on a small aptitude test, it is ranking you to the suitability of the job role. Let's say I can be a 95% match, Nivedan can be an 80% match, you can be a 93% match, and in this way it is actually reducing 65% of the time of the hiring time of every recruiter. So it is not only beneficial for the founders of the companies or the management of the company, at the same time it's making the job of the recruiters very easy, because for the HRs it's not just the technical evaluation round, they also need to do the personal HR interviews as well. So this is the target segment that we are doing. We started off 1.5 years back with the incorporation of the company, and the operation started about a year back. Till then, we have served over 300 companies till now. We are working with Hindustan Unilever, we are working with Calvin Klein, with Byju's, with the government of West Bengal, with some US-based companies like Alpha Numero.
Debarya, you've got these clients already, paying clients?
Yes.
Why is that not in your elevator pitch, man?
Because 1 minute is too less.
No, 1 minute is enough to prioritize the important stuff.
Yeah, that's social.
That's
proof.
very
this
important.
is more
lesson.
interesting part.
Yeah.
By the way, there is nothing better in an elevator pitch than paying customers ever. I didn't know that. You never mentioned in our conversations before that you have paying clients,
Exactly.
big clients.
Plus even the seed round. I mean, if you would have told us they already have raised, there's some level of validation.
No, I think raised wala to still is okay. But are customer se zyada important investor koi hai hi nahi. Either customer is putting belief in the product, they have no vested interest in any ROIs. Right?
Even
they're
when
not betting on you.
Yeah, even when I get a pitch deck, the first slide I usually scroll it down to is a traction slide.
There you go.
Yeah.
So everyone listening, कुछ अगर उखाड़ लिया तो please पहले बता दो elevator pitch में. Let the genies know that this has been valued by someone else. हमें इनका टेस्ट नहीं लेना है कि हमारे को कितना अच्छे समझ पाते हैं. इनका टेस्ट नहीं लेना है हमें, right? It's more important that they also know that you've achieved something already. Very, very important.
Okay. So moving on.
Now, by the way, Debarya, don't be so humble. Brag this shit.
ठीक है, चलो बहुत कुछ.
Yeah, people don't do anything and make it look like they built the Tower of Rome. So
I'm so happy to hear, by the way, Debarya.
Yeah.
I'm really happy.
Thank you so much. So we are a profitable startup right now. We have a 65% gross margin. We are having a positive month-on-month growth of around 60%, and we have received a Nidhi grant from the government of India through IIM Udaipur as well. That's about us. Right now, we are actually in some soft commitment stages of discussion of raising a 1 year round, which also we are right now looking to raise at the same point of time. And that's about my startup. That's what we are doing. We are in a space.
Our time is getting over. We need Q&As as well in this.
Okay.
अभी तुमने छक्का मार दिया है बहुत लंबा वाला. अभी तुम्हें बहुत ज़्यादा एक्सप्लेन करने की जरूरत नहीं है. So guys, I need from the genies, right? What do you think now? You
saved all the right portion in the wrong time, basically.
Yeah. Undersold yourself in the 1 minute and oversold in the 5 minutes.
Correct. तो मतलब ये तो एकदम वो नहीं होता एकदम बिग बॉस में ये एकदम the most unpredictable guy suddenly shoots up to the top.
Yeah. No, I think whatever he has done, obviously, since he's saying the growth is there, number one, and also the stickiness of the platform is there by the organization, there in the organizations. I think that is definitely a product demo that we would want. I mean, at least I want to explore and see how it works and understand it better. That would definitely be an interest for me. And obviously see if at all I can be part of any next series of round he can is working on.
There you go, Debarya. There you go. Yeah. Now we're talking. Okay. There you go, Vamsi. And our time is almost up. So I just want to get quick comments on Sahil.
Yeah, I mean, would love to see how it works, and especially with design or content and stuff like that, if it really works. I mean, we can pilot in our company itself. So
definitely
just FYI, so Sahil serves some of the very big companies in India. तो इसको पटा लिया तो मैं ऐसे like find a way कि इसे ना pass this word please no you know your bigger clients. तो वैसा सब रिक्वेस्ट करना अलाउड है यहाँ पे, एकदम बेशर्म होके आस्क करना है. ये नहीं देंगे तो मैं धक्का दे दूंगा. चलो
मुझे यही चाहिए. मुझे B2B इंडस्ट्री कनेक्ट्स और ज्यादा से ज्यादा चाहिए that we can scale up faster and वॉल्यूम जब थोड़ा ज्यादा इंक्रीज हो जाए.
So okay, I'm going to formally start our timer. 2 मिनट का था, 1 मिनट हमने ले लिया है. तो exactly, can you restate exactly what you need and how will it make a difference to you?
Okay, so right now what I'm looking for mostly is a B2B industry connects. So the ticket sizes of our company is pretty large. So early stage startups are not very appropriate for it. But to mid to high level startups, Series A funded, seed funded startups, or even enterprise level companies, and they actually are our paying clients, and we make a lot of money from them. So that is one point that we are looking out for B2B industry connects. And second is definitely for a round of funding. So that because we are in a particular space that nobody is exploring right now. ये cognitive पूरा evaluation वाला part, automated evaluation वाला part, nobody is doing. There are a lot of people who are saying they're doing psychometric analysis, but have tested out their products. They're not similar to ours. So that is the second thing. We need an early break into this market to capture the maximum space. So these are the two asks that I have.
Perfect. Can you guys help with this? Any of you?
Yeah, I can be able to, maybe I can help with few Series A companies, etc. And also, as I mentioned, even from the funding perspective, so I think those are the two angles I might be able to contribute. Yeah.
Vamsi, if you do happen to invest in a startup, do I get commission?
Yeah. I think
I'm just damn serious. I'm asking publicly.
The way he said, yeah, it doesn't seem like.
No, I think you have to ask the startup basically instead of me.
Okay, Debarya, will you pay me commission, guys? अभी पहले pitch में यहाँ पे बहुत crack deal हो रही है. What am I getting? मुझे तो ये बताओ.
I didn't know that was a solicitation show for Nivedan. Turns out it's not really a pitch show.
So
it's a side hustle for Nivedan.
Big reveal. That's my business model, guys. I trap you into funding and then I collect my share.
Nivedan को commission भी मिलेगा, Nivedan को board of advisor में भी ले लेंगे.
Board of advisor नहीं है. Board में मैं fit नहीं होता actually as a personality. So I don't want to disrupt your serious, boring, बूढ़े board members. So yeah, अगर young board members बनाने तो
अरे young board members है. I am 24. My co-founder is 23. So
your co-founder is the CTO, by the way.
No. My co-founder is the COO. I have an in-house tech team who are working on the product.
Okay. Awesome. ठीक है. So Sahil, you have any other comments? Like would you be able to help him with?
No, happy to help in terms of connect wherever I can.
Bilkul.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
So Debarya, the next step for you here is find Vamsi and Sahil on LinkedIn. Connect with them. Remind them, of course, they will now know you. You're that crazy guy वाला ऐसे याद रहेगा. तो they won't forget you now. And Vamsi को सीधे बता देना इतना पैसा, इतना equity दूंगा मैं सिर्फ. एकदम do a hard negotiation. And Sahil से तो negotiate करना ही नहीं है. He's your genie anyway. So and Vamsi, you should rope in Sahil for a co-investment. I think Sahil, you should kick off that journey of yours. Vamsi is the right guy for it. So तुम्हें भी connect करा दिया मैंने अभी यहाँ पे. But I'm telling you, like you really want to speak to Vamsi if you're interested in starting off your investment stuff. Chalo, done. Okay, guys, that is our time. How was it? Quick show of hand. Did we enjoy this? Awesome. Debarya, you didn't enjoy it. ठीक है. Thank you.
He's still angry with the thumbs down.
Okay.
Guys, anyone who is doing an elevator pitch, ensure that there are good points in the first level itself.
Okay, big lessons are people coming ahead. एकदम नहीं तो उस मोमेंट पे ड्रामेटिक हो गया था. Oh no, first pitch, noob. मेरा एकदम. But ठीक है, thank you Debarya. Really, I think this was I actually very much enjoyed it.
Thank you.
तुमने क्या twist मारा है life के अंदर. But ठीक है. We'll invite the next person. We've got H for Himanshu. Am I correct? D के बाद H है. Yes. Mr. Himanshu Rajpurohit, the guy in baby pajamas. Okay, hold on. So what I'll do is if you're good to go, तो मैं timer on कर दूँ.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead, Mr. Himanshu, the Strangify boy.
Hi everyone. Himanshu Rajpurohit. I'm a 17-year-old high school dropout, public speaker, life skill writer, and a serial entrepreneur. I started my first company at the age of 13. This is my fourth venture and have been in the startup ecosystem since last 4.5 years. Currently working a mental health social startup called as Strangify. We have integrated mental health and social media in this to reach the masses and increase the scalability of the product. To know more about how are we scaling and all that, please show a thumbs up right now. And basically to know more about basically what we have done is we have differentiated our app into two interfaces. One is a listener, other one is a speaker. Listeners are the folks who have faced mental problems in the past and now have coped up, while speakers are the folks who are facing mental problems currently. So speakers, without sharing their identity, come and talk with listeners who they can relate the most with, paying a per minute chat and call. That's all for now, and please show a thumbs up soon.
Awesome. Ekdam dhak moment is going to come. Cue to the editor. यहाँ पे एकदम वो suspense music डालना है. So okay. So now we have 2 minutes where we get the reaction of the genies. How do you feel about it, Vamsi? Wow, already. And Sahil.
Thumbs up for the cap itself. I mean, I was calling it the cap.
ये क्या चल रहा है? Cute दिखते हैं तो हम क्या ऐसे thumbs up ले जाएंगे cute दिखने का? No. This is not a modeling show.
I'm curious what 17-year-old has for mental health aspects first of all right now.
He's seen some
what trauma has he gone through, or he has seen that he wanted to start a mental health related platform.
So I'll before you go, like I'll just to answer Vamsi's question, he's been through 7 breakups by now, and the current one is become trouble.
Okay,
I have a thumbs up for that story also.
Yeah, this is actually
dive deeper into that. I think it will be much more interesting.
No, I'm kidding. इसको clip को out of context मत लेना. Himanshu is very.
No, you should actually integrate a dating. You should integrate a dating part also into your meditation and mental health thing. So the founders are experienced in the craft.
Yeah.
So this is your right now. Any other comments, because this is right now where you guys comment, and then we start the full pitch since you've already given.
Yeah, we can because
we can start. Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
then we're going to
start.
That's a quick one. Okay, बात ही नहीं करनी है, जब चमक ही गया है बात करनी है. Go ahead, please now, Himanshu.
Yeah. So basically, the problem which people are facing that they are not able to vent out things in front of their family and friends due to the wall of status, judgment, and what they think of me and all that. Due to his mental health problems are drastically increasing. And what we have observed that people want to share it but not able to due to these reasons. So we thought of creating something where people can share their things, that too without a wall of judgment, and that's how we got the idea of bringing in this concept. So here, like, there would be listeners with their profiles of what their life stories and what they have been through in the past, and when a speaker comes on our platform who is facing mental problems currently, can listen and then read the life stories of different listeners. And with the person with whom he can relate the most with, he can talk with them via audio call or chat, that too without sharing his personal identity, paying a per minute on a per minute basis. Talking about the reason behind starting this company, basically I was diagnosed with diabetes when I was 12 and a half, and have been went through severe bullying in school, and all that led to me going to very severe depression, and all these things eventually led up of me going into very severe mental problems and all that. So basically, eventually I met someone in a social event. We really catched up, and I ended up venting out all the things which were there in my head to him, and that really helped me. And I strongly believe that if that small incident wouldn't have happened, I would not have been able to do whatsoever I have done till today, from dropping out to starting 4 startups. And then talking about as I said, I have started 4 startups. My third startup, Rathi, was a non-profit mental startup where I, with 25 psychologists, psychiatrists, and 50 volunteers, we did online webinars and seminars to create awareness about mental health in small towns and villages. We took personal reviews with more than 25,000 folks, and this was a common problem which everyone was facing, and that's why we thought of building this particular product. We are in pre-revenue stage right now. We are market testing our product. We have got a 95% conversion rate. 95% of folks who tried our product loved it, and 55% of total were willing to pay for it. App would be launched very soon, and till now we are doing offline online trials on Google Meet, And like what I ask you right now is, it's more about your experience in marketing, sales, and all that, and as well as network in the founder community. And in return to that, I can give you a few public speaking sessions for your team for free, and I can share my insights that I have learned during this journey.
Yeah,
thank you.
That is one hell of an offer. But I like you guys to ask some questions as well at this point. I'm sure you have some questions. And by the way, in case you missed that out, he's a 17-year-old, of course, but he's also a high school dropout. And Jaipur mein, matlab, of course, school people hang out in Jaipur. So, okay, go ahead, Vamsi, if you were saying something.
Yeah. So right now you're doing like a pilot via Google Meet, right? At this moment.
Exactly. We like for this particular startup, we have done our pilot on more than 2.5k folks.
So how many? So 2.5k users you have worked out with, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. So out of 2.5k users, how many is it like those people have just come to speak, or who was on the backside listening to these people, or how was it right now?
Basically, we have a team of 20 folks who are interns with us, and they and I mostly, and we all like together like listen to those folks. So basically, what we have done is to create a more reach about this. We have introduced a college ambassador program, so in which we intern college students. So what they get is a internship letter to put in their CV, and what we get is more network, and they intern for us. That's how we have.
So you're saying basically students are your focus groups, or students are your ideal customer profile. Is it what you're trying to say?
We are either targeting young folks or older folks.
Okay, how are you reaching to the older folks?
Older folks also, like college students, they have their dadis and nana nanis, or like old parents, or some of them have old parents also. So like we bring on them.
Okay. So right now, if you take, I'm a bit skeptical. So if you take the students already have a lot of things on their plate in general, right? For for the listening aspect on the backside for the listening aspect, etc. On the your side. So I'm curious, how will you be balancing that match? Because majority of the platforms, the issue is the ability to create a match, or the ability to balance the supply and demand side is the biggest issue, because resolving the need is, I think, one part of the game, and I think balancing is the second level of the game, which many of the people fail to resolve overall. So I'm curious about, have you thought of it? Have you not? If you have thought, like, what are the things you have in mind is what I'm curious about.
Yeah, so basically
we have last 2 minutes. In these 2 minutes, we have to cover this Q&A as well as the specific ask. Himanshu, you can't have a general ask. So you have specific ask ready and address the questions that they may have.
I limit the questions here. Maybe both. I can go.
Just like right now for the pilot run, we have students. Then what we would be doing is that we would be just like delivery partners. We would be having listening partners, and those would be the folks who have faced mental problems in the past and now have coped up with their life story. So listener, the speaker, like with his choice, he will choose whom he want to vent out in front of, and basically that's what we had thought in that perspective.
And what incentive do the listeners have to be there on the platform?
They would be getting a per minute money for per minute.
Okay.
And we would be charged like taking a 20%, 25%.
So it's basically Uber for mental health.
Yeah.
And from the pilot, 2,000 people that you did, I mean, did you get any data on how many would pay, or any people who started paying for the service?
Like 55% of the folks are willing to pay, and 95% of the folks are liking our product. So basically, right now we are trying to attain a 80-70-50 perspective. Like 80% of folks are liking our product, 70% of folks are willing to refer it to a new person, and 50% of them are willing to pay for it. These are the metrics we have achieved in overall till now.
Right. And what's your plan right now in terms of?
We are very clear that we would be targeting either tier 1 cities in India or abroad. Basically, those are the folks who are more open to pay for such kind of services. We are not limiting tier 2 or tier 3 cities.
Got it. Okay. So at this point, we'll have to in the interest of time, we'll move to this part where you make your specific ask. You have got 2 options maximum.
Yeah. So from Sahil, I just wanted to get some marketing tips and all that. And from Vamsi, I would like to it would be great if he can help me build a connection in VC, any 2 VCs of his choice if possible. Public speaking questions are done for myself.
Got it.
Please, guys, can you help him with this?
Absolutely. anytime.
So at this point, there's another show of hands, thumbs up or thumbs down. Basis this, if you think this idea has potential, give me a thumbs up or thumbs down that you believe this has some power, and then you tell, I mean, in what way do you want to help?
Yeah, so from my end, I would love to help you in terms of any marketing suggestions that you need, especially because you're starting up at 17 and you're doing something which is meant to help other people. And I'm glad that you came out of your own problems, and I hope you succeed and can help others also.
Thank you.
Awesome. Vamsi.
Yeah, even I personally, first of all, liked what he's doing, and at the stage, at the level he's trying to do, first of all, and even the pilot that he has done is very good. That is a good quantity, first of all, for a pre-revenue types, first of all. And on the other hand, with regards to the support end, I basically feel VCs might be a bit too early right away. First of all, there will be microfunds which I might be able to introduce, which will be better match, first of all. And I can do it maybe post this call and everything. We can discuss and accordingly work out. Sure,
awesome.
Yeah, I can.
Thank you guys. I am so happy to see that you guys are able to find the right matches. I'm telling you, these are the two right people for what you need. एकदम perfect pair of लोग हैं हमारे पास आज. So Himanshu, your next steps, you're going to reach out to them on LinkedIn. You guys are smart enough to figure out and connect and do everything. वो यहाँ पे मेरे पास कोई community, Discord कुछ नहीं है अभी. तो चुपचाप अपना connection कर लेना. I'll make that platform and stuff later.
Okay. I just wanted to say one thing. This baby t-shirt is paying off for sure.
अरे तुम्हें दिख रहा है ना, एक मिनट, एवरीवन who's watching, ये लड़का जो है ना, ये 17 साल का दिखा के एकदम मस्त अपनी क्यूट शक्ल लेके बेबी कपड़े पहन के आया जान करके, ताकि एकदम मेल्ट कर दे एकदम इन्वेस्टर को, जेनी को.
Nivedan's narrative of you getting breakup is also selling. So
Yeah, that got me hooked, honestly.
yeah.
I think Nivedan did the major selling for you.
अरे यार I
wanted to add one
him.
more thing. Basically, right now I am already.
No more discussions. Sorry. अपने do it on your own time, guys. चलो. Thank you, Himanshu.
Thank you.
It was really fun listening to you. All the best, man. Cool. Sahil, Vamsi, having fun?
Yes.
Yeah.
सही लोग मिल रहे हैं ना मैं एकदम यहाँ पे.
Yes. Absolutely.
ठीक है. Priyanshu, correct. Priyanshu, please. Hi. Okay, so if you're ready, I'll turn on the timer now. Go ahead, your 1 minute for the pitch starts now.
Hi, I'm Priyanshu Kumath, an IIT Bombay alumnus, and I restore water bodies. At some point, we have dreamt of an ideal house, which is near a water body, full of fishes. The birds fly in the air, cool wind caressing our face. The view is awesome, right? But living near water bodies today in urban areas is far from that dream, right? Fishes do not survive in the water bodies. Birds no longer flock to these places. There's solid waste everywhere. The waterborne diseases and deaths are rampant. And the foul stench is affecting our mental peace and happiness. But what if I told you that I have cracked the code to restoring the water bodies so that you can one day realize your dream of living around these water bodies? By a PPP model, a public-private partnership model, I'm able to restore these water bodies and
any accomplishments so far?
Yeah.
Okay.
Turn this into a financially profitable venture and not just an environmental initiative.
Cool. Thank you, man. Thank you. Oh, immediate thumbs up. मेरे question भी नहीं पूछ रहे थे यार ये लोग एकदम इतने excited हैं.
We were waiting. At least I was waiting to put this.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Excited
I'm
to
going
know
to. Yeah. Okay. So by the way, I'm really happy, Priyanshu. Your pitch was solid.
Thanks, Nivedan.
So
we had a chat before, and I'm glad that you brought in all the changes. Yeah. But yeah.
So Sahil, basically, I am very curious on how he's trying to, number one, monetize it. That is my first thing I am very, very curious about. And number two, how is he going to execute whatever he's pitching? Because that is something that is dependent on a lot of factors. It is not like if I want to build a product, I can build it on my own and give it. It is something more
It's
of
a complex damn problem, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. Plus, there's a
like-
public angle, which also is something I'm curious to know how that is being tackled. So maybe we can get right into the.
Okay, in that case, let me reset the timer to 6 minutes because we got extra minute here right now. So got it. Go ahead, please. Now, what is your name again? Priyanshu. Sorry, Priyanshu. Go ahead and explain further, yeah.
Great. Nivedan, can I share my screen? I think
No, that won't be an option. That won't be an option.
Great, no problem. So, Vamsi, Sahil, how I'm kind of going about restoring water bodies is a PPP model. What I'm telling the government is, hey, you have to solve this problem. You don't have the technical expertise and you're short on budget too, right? What if I come in, put in all of the budget required to restore the water bodies, and then I generate revenue through boating, fishing, tourism, advertisements around the water bodies, setting up a hydroponics units on the dry part of the lakes, selling it through a lake shop, and other things, underwater farming, setting up a nursery around the water bodies. So I have multiple revenue streams through which I'm able to monetize this. And despite a 10% cost of finance, giving a 5% share of the profit to the government and withdrawing a 10% profit share myself, I'm still able to get a payback period of less than 3 years. So think of this as building a company like Renew Power from scratch. Only here the assets are not solar parks, but water bodies. That's how I'm kind of going.
And have you done it with anyone else yet? Is there any pilot project you have?
So I'm in the process of setting up my first pilot project. So I've been in the water sector for over 5 years now. I've delivered over 20 sewage treatment plants. I've worked on 12 water bodies. I make a product called floating wetlands, which is a biological and a natural means to leverage the power of wetlands and clean nature. So I've kind of 8 paid projects for that, worth 25 lakhs. I've kind of recently got a grant of 20 lakhs from the Government Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. And in my normal manufacturing installation business, where I manufacture these floating islands and supply it, I'm also kind of closing in on a project greater than 50 lakhs this month itself. So the services or the manufacturing business is going good, but that's primarily a B2G segment, right? Manufacturing and supplying to the government. And that's what I'm trying to transition out of and come into a B2C plus B2B space, because then I would just have to take the permission from the government, but the revenue is going to flow in from the consumers and the businesses that will advertise on the lake. So the money no longer need to come from the government, which was the real pain point.
And have you budgeted for the time it'll take for these approvals and time to get the operation start? Because that's where I think all plans go for waste, right?
You're exactly right there. So the rate determining step is actually taking the permissions. But the thing is, once we do a pilot and showcase a pilot project, right, then it's really about the government giving us the rest of their water bodies on lease to us, right? We've shown them one, they would tell, okay, now take all of these 10, 20 remaining lakes from us as well and restore them by PPP. So that scaling up phase would be very quick, although there would be a slight time.
Quick question. You said you've done some piloting projects already, right? How many?
Those are projects for manufacturing, supplying and installing floating wetlands, like a normal vendor or service provider. On the PPP project, I'm in the process of setting up my first pilot project. So I'm already.
You haven't done the pilot for this model yet. You're pre-pilot in that.
That's right. So
and you have a promise LOI or something?
Yes, so I'm in the process to getting out that document. They've agreed verbally, and I'm kind of also getting a grant. So kind of looking to put all of this together and execute.
So you're not going to take any money from the government here apart from grant?
That's right. On the contrary, giving revenue to the government.
How far back did you apply for this partnership, which you are now getting the letter for?
Good question.
So I began the conversation in just a month back. And I pitched it to them. They agreed verbally, right? That, hey, you're not taking any funds from us and giving us revenue and solving a problem for us and a single agency, single point of contact. So they said, okay, do it, and then choose a lake which you want to pilot.
Yeah, what I've heard is if you want to ask for money from the government, you're in trouble usually. That's what I've heard from people who work with government.
And do you have any connects in the government by any chance?
Yeah, a few. So I come from Indore and can't be better placed to ride the Swachh Bharat mission wave, right? So have a few local contacts here, and also looking to kind of network with other. So since I began by setting up sewage treatment plants, I have a good network of people in the water sector in Bangalore, Hyderabad, etc. So I'm kind of looking to expand to there as well once I do my pilot.
Got it. Any other questions, guys?
No, I think it is a bit, I mean, it's a curious thing how he is going to execute this, number one. And also, I think it will take some time to see a bit of results for us to...
Right. It's a very new thing. It's hard to imagine until we see some, right?
Yeah.
But it sounds plausible that, okay, the partnership model, one, and the lake, when it is turned around, I can have a rough visualization in my head that, यार एक center में lake है, यहाँ कुछ तो खेती चल रही है, एक underwater भी चल रही है, लोग boating कर रहे हैं, right? That kind of an image is being formed in my head as he was beautifully painting the picture of. I think we've anyway close to this time. Let's move on to that part, Priyanshu, where...
Sorry, one last thing.
Sure.
Apart from the cost of finance and revenue, you should also have some other costs built into the arrangement because you're dealing with the government. So I hope that's factored into your business plan.
That is.
Beep moment.
Yeah, you should beep that. But yeah, just want
that is figured out.
I don't know. Did anyone understand what he's saying? God knows, man.
I mean, even I didn't know what I said.
Yeah, come on, Sahil. Okay, so got it. Now we're going to move to this part. Hold on, where is my timer? This is the part where Priyanshu, you make specific 2 asks. What can help you break through to your next targets? And these guys will try their best.
Got it. So I have pretty specific asks. What I want help on is kind of refining the business model, right? I could raise funds through through equity capital in the beginning and maybe scale through debt and private equity later. I could get funding through CSR or grants, or I could get other investors on board as well. And in terms of structuring this with the government, I could either pay them a 5% profit share throughout, even after the payback is achieved, or I could get a moratorium of 3 years, 5 years, and start paying the government after the payback is achieved. So kind of looking for mentorship on the business and finance end, and also how to kind of cut down on this time period of getting these projects from the government. And my second ask is then, once we have kind of figured out the business model, I'm also looking for great co-founders to make this possible. I have a few people in mind, but given what kind of business model we finalize here and refine this to, that's my second ask.
You're looking for partnership structuring and co-founders. Is that correct in short? Okay.
That's right.
Guys, is there something you can help him with?
I might not be able to contribute very directly here, but I know people who are working in very similar segments, and also people who are running sustainability funds who might have the right connects that can work. I mean, maybe make it happen in whichever direction you want to steer it to, but I can maybe provide the contacts who can support on that front that way. Not very sure how it will support, but I think they will be useful at some point. Yeah.
I think sustainability funds would definitely have contacts. I don't think there is any doubt in that. So thank you so much, Vamsi.
Yeah, Vamsi,
do put him in touch there. Sahil.
Yeah, I mean, similar. It's not very related. In the sense, it's a very niche field, but I think a couple of places where I know some people have worked with governments in these spaces and new projects. Maybe I can help you connect with them and understand. I mean, that might probably help you.
Got it. Perfect. And Priyanshu, I might have someone who might get you more connects in the government. Not sure partnership and all. I'm not sure if he's the right person, but he runs one of the biggest education and non-profit education foundations in the country. Great guy. He's a very generous person, and he has a lot of connects in the bureaucrat and community and some politicians as well. By the virtue of it, and they also operate on this model. They never ask for any money from the government, and they all right now operate 20,000 schools for the government, by the way.
That's great.
End to end. Okay, so you know that this person would know some people there. Okay.
Yeah, sorry, I wanted to ask Priyanshu, are you in any way related to Shreyans Kumath?
No.
Okay. No, because you're IIT Bombay and
I know Shreyans. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Cool. Okay. Thank you so much, Priyanshu. We loved hearing this thing. I was always excited about the idea. I think there need to be more people who come up with business model solutions to social, environmental problems and cultural problems. I think there needs to be businesses around these, because there is no other way of making change happen. Otherwise, you're going to sit down and wait for the government to make that change. So thank you for taking that initiative. It means a lot. People who love lakes, who love water bodies, are going to become fans of this model. So you will never have a trouble selling your vegetables underwater. You will never have trouble, attracting people to the boating sites. I'm just saying the ecosystem is sorted on day one.
Yeah.
That I have no doubts about. It's only a matter of government partnership cracking it, the financials of it, how much it costs. And
I've seen it. It works in Mumbai. I mean, I've seen it in a couple of locations. Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. So the next step for you, Priyanshu.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Awesome. I hope this was useful. So just reach out to them on LinkedIn. And, guys, whenever you can find time, there is no urgency of doing anything. I know that you guys are busy, both of you. So take your time, but do figure out a way to put him in touch with the right people. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Priyanshu. Bye. And we've exceeded our time quite a lot. Let's be disciplined, guys. And Debarya said something. Okay, Debarya is... So Sandeep has messaged that there is a DAO structure, decentralized autonomous organization structure on blockchain that can be explored between the government and other partners who are involved. Perfect. You should talk. You guys should talk. Priyanshu, do ping him. And then you got Debarya, who's saying that he's got people in West Bengal, senior government contacts. Why the hell not? Please go ahead and reach out to these people as well. You've got now not 2 but 3 but 5 people who raised hands immediately and said we could probably add value, and we'll try our best to materialize this.
Great, yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you. Yeah.
Super, Priyanshu. Thanks. Cool. Sahil, Vamsi, how are you feeling?
Great.
Yeah,
very interesting.
I think we are getting to listen to very unique dimensions of thought processes, ideas.
I'm telling you, Vamsi, LetsVenture se cool hai baki duniya. Just kidding, no, yaar. I know you have all kinds of people you're talking to constantly, and but I hope we are doing something as exciting as you do every day in, day out.
Yeah.
Awesome. We've got Sandeep next. Sandeep, please show up with your beautiful tie. So we are good to go. The 1 minute timer starts now. Sandeep.
Hey guys, hi. This is Sandeep. I'm building Eatx.ai. So I mean, we are nicely ordering food from Swiggy and Zomato, searching for discounts and stuff like that. But there is a huge cloud kitchen ecosystem coming up on the back end, and there are like millions of employees, not only in India, across the different who are employed in these in the middle of this scoring heat. It's a very bad job to do. So I'm starting Eatx with an ambition to sort of build fully autonomous kitchens. I call them self-cooking kitchens, similar to self-driving cars. I think this should be a possibility in the next 7 to 10 years, and it will happen much before self-driving cars. So to do this, what we started to do is build some AI-based micro apps with which you can get into kitchens, add value to the customers, and get their data in the process, and take this data and build an AI brain which can plug into robots in the future and eventually automate the industry. So that's Eatx for you guys. So yeah, thank you.
Wow. Vamsi's got a big thumbs up. He looks excited. Looks like you've been hunting this kind of a guy. Sahil, where are you on this? Hey, wow, we've got 2 thumbs up. No time wasting. Let's go into the long pitch. Awesome. I'm going to kick off 5 minutes for you, Sandeep.
Yeah, so basically the idea is pretty simple in the sense we are taking up small problems in the kitchens to start with. One is like, SOP monitoring. Like, for example, if pizzas are being topped, are they being topped properly? The packaging desk is functioning. Is the packaging that's being, the veg packets are going to veg, non-veg packets are going to non-veg or not, right? Simple problems which we can start tracking using cameras. But what happens is, as we do this for the customer, we get data of how human beings actually working on the desk, right? We see his hands moving, the objects moving around and stuff like that. We take all this input and build an AI brain. Essentially, I mean, there is a lot of advancement in industrial robotics. There are dual arm robots coming up and stuff like that. The idea is whoever has this AI brain over time, they get to sort of automate the kitchen. So idea is to sort of build a product for, solving simple problems in kitchens to start with, collect this data, and wait your time out for 2-3 years till the robots get ready and then plug them into kitchens. This is how you can build self-cooking kitchens. And this is a brilliant opportunity coming up. Very few people see it. People think self-driving car is a huge opportunity, but self-cooking kitchens is actually a bigger opportunity because no regulation, market size and everything.
Honest question here, Sandeep, is did Elon Musk intern under you? It felt like so, but go ahead please now. Genies, show your magic.
And Nivedan is already getting his checkbook ready, it seems.
Oh, I also Sandeep is doing something else also, which is very cool, which he's not showing us with. He's like कि बहुत secret है, वो मेरा super secret project है, मैं ऐसे आम जनता के साथ नहीं share करेगा. So he's releasing fancy white papers, and even English is unreadable for me because it's complex and only intelligent people can read it. So, but okay, I'll keep that aside. You guys have this is about you. Okay, Sahil, you had something.
No, I just ask. So in India, since the cost of labor is very low, do you see that as a challenge for initial adoption, even when the tech is ready? Because the mentality here is throw people at the problem, which is why SaaS also till now is more of a 95% sales are in the West and 5% is in India. So what do you think about that?
So I don't see India as a great long-term market, but what I see India as is two sources. One is we have amazing talent, comes at a cheaper cost compared to Silicon Valley companies. Number two is all the kitchens we have, they are amazing data sources, which means that if we launch a SaaS product which either runs for free or customer pays us minimally for getting their data or inventory or working data, that data can be used to train AI models which can be deployed for customers in the US and Europe, right? So from a position point of view, being in India and building this company is a great start because much more cheaper talent and a large data source. But but the markets would be Southeast Asia, MENA, US and stuff like that.
Right. So on that front, I've already come across quite a few like pizza makers and automated kitchens in the West. They have already grown quite a bit. One of them probably, I don't know, close to an IPO or something. So how do you plan to compete with them when they're already in market and probably? Right.
So the ecosystem right now, right, in the sense we have so the ecosystem of robots in food industry right now does specific jobs, like they do pizzas or they do some kind of baking or stuff like that. What is missing is orchestration. Like, if I give a general purpose robotic setup, and if I sort of define, okay, these are the parameters of a brand. The brand has to make pizzas, biryanis or whatever. How do you sort of parameterize this and then use any robot to do this, right? So what Eatx wants to do is build the brain, the intelligent part of it only, the orchestration software, and plug all these robots. So we want other people to develop robots, like pizza makers or whatever, packaging robots or dual up hands and stuff like that. What Eatx wants to become is an orchestration of all these robots coming in.
Would you call it a general purpose kitchen robot? Is the right word for it?
I would say it is general purpose.
It's a robot brain. Yeah,
it's a robotic automation of kitchens. We don't build robots, but we build intelligence and ML to integrate these robots and give it to any customer.
Can you give us more use cases? You said packaging, Rakhna. Can you give us more help us visualize what things could be taken up by these robots?
See, packaging is one edge problem which we can solve and get into every single kitchen. In the sense, that's the starting point. In the sense, you take the packaging desk, the rate at which the packets are being packed, if he is doing any mistakes in terms of putting the wrong packet or not packing it properly, or if the orders are waiting and he's doing it slowly, all these issues. So packaging desk can be a very good entry point both for POC. I mean, both for tracking the efficiencies in the kitchen as well as getting a report in eventually. Then starting there, we can expand into many other things like sub problems like pizza toppings or how inventory is being managed by employees and stuff like that. Then slowly build a company around automation of kitchens.
Time is up. I asked one question, so I'll let Vamsi ask one question as the last.
So which stage are you currently in? Is it still in the research or are you still capturing data? How is it right now?
So we didn't take a complete R&D approach. We are relying on a lot of open source projects. So we are not building a lot of these algorithms ourselves. So we have a small team of ML/AI guys who are doing research, but most of our business right now is we build SaaS tools, which are pretty cool, efficient micro apps, which can collect this data while customer pays us for those SaaS tools. So we have two SaaS tools. One is Scanx, which is around inventory tracking and employees' interactions with inventory. Other one is Vizx, which is a computer vision based tracking tool for kitchens. So we are being paid by the customers right now. We do a very small amount of revenue, about $200 a month. But we are ramping up right now, and we want to reach more customers. The idea is to sell SaaS tools to the customers, get the data and the money in return. Might not be very profitable fashion, but still be in the market and get the money on the SaaS tools because the AI model is very costly. And then use this data to build the brain over time, and then plug into robotics at some point in the future. This is a strategy.
Yeah, we're entering this part. Yeah, okay. Vamsi, you want a quick question because we've got last 1.5 minutes.
Yeah, so right now we have basically seen that at least like while evaluating few companies that robot cooks or robot chefs etc. for B2C wasn't working well. For B2B they are actually like trying to penetrate right now. So have you tried any working with any of them till now, or have
Yes,
you
yes.
tried reaching out to them? Yeah.
So there is one company called Perceptin Robots, which robotics is a Hyderabad-based company. They are building a dual arm robot based on tactile feedback. We are working very closely with them into integrating their dual arm robot into our packaging system, right? So that's one partnership. We are also trying to look into companies like Mukunda Foods or vending machine companies which are doing one-off process like eco fryers or pizza machine or stuff like that, and figure out a way to software integrate their tool into our APIs so that we are a software provider, they are the hardware provider, and we take them to market as an integrated piece.
That's it from my end, Nivedan. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. Now we're going to move Sandeep to the section where you're going to make 2 specific asks. What can help your business grow to the next level, make some breakthrough?
Yeah, so there are 2 parts to it. One is we need a lot of brand collaborations to whom we can get their data and, by adding them value. So data and brand collaborations is what we need. So if you know any scaled food brand with more than 30-40 outlets, if you have a good connect them with us, that will really help. Number 2, how to sort of, this is definitely a venture. We can survive with revenues and and stuff like that for some time, but at some point of time, the idea is to build a company out of India which can compete with Silicon Valley companies. Silicon Valley companies are raising like millions of dollars in funding. So how do I structure this company in such a way that we can raise VC eventually, and what are the milestones?
The second question is too long, Sandeep. You need to cut it down exactly what you're looking for.
So I need help breaking into venture ecosystem and raising. So these are the 2.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. So first one, you were saying something, Vamsi, for that food.
Yeah.
Brands.
So I know very closely Burger Singh founder. Burger Singh is the 3rd largest burger chain in India with 58 to 60 outlets across. And I know very closely the founder whom I can connect you with. That is one. And number 2, I don't know if it comes under deep tech or which tech it comes under.
It's proper deep tech.
Deep tech to an extent. So
SaaS and deep tech, right?
So I can connect you to deep tech funds. In India, unfortunately, deep tech funds are very, very small funds. But I don't know if at all that can help. Obviously, that I can try connecting you there as well.
Yeah, even I have a couple of contacts in a deep tech fund, so I can connect you over there, and maybe 1 or 2 the food brands also wherever we have worked. Happy to connect there.
I'll reach out to you both on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Awesome. I have one food brand by the name Terra Food Co. They've recently raised money. The guy's name is Sriram Nair. He's a good friend now, and we met on one of my podcasts before. So I'll just connect you guys. You'll be great buddies anyway.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Okay. Awesome. And Debarya suggested something here. I think, wow, Momo. Okay. They would a national business head. You are sorted.
Awesome. I'll add you guys on LinkedIn and talk to you guys. Thank you. Thanks.
So Sandeep is my senior actually. So Sandeep and I know each other. Yeah.
Oh, do you already? IIT Madras Connect. Sandeep doesn't show off his IIT Madras dropout degree because there is none.
Yeah, I built a cloud kitchen company before. One of the cloud kitchens is outside IIT Madras campus.
Yeah, we'll order from there.
Okay. So Sandeep, I forgot. Did you actually drop out or you stopped? Did you drop out from IIT Madras?
Yeah, I did.
You did, right? You don't have any degree, right?
Was it computer science?
Underqualified founder. Oh my god. Okay, but anyway, go on.
Sorry?
I'm from electrical engineering.
Electrical. Okay. Thanks.
No.
That's
awesome, yeah.
It's very hard.
And just some brief context. Sandeep and I had a couple of podcasts about his other venture. And it's about human IPOs. If someone's interested, we had a deep ass discussion about philosophy and politics, and not so much politics, but philosophy of blockchain. The topic was philosophy of blockchain. Sahil, I know about you. You would be definitely interested in that. And we'll be probably talking about some of philosophy and some of blockchain both in our next podcast that we are planning to conduct. So, Vamsi, if that is of interest, please do check out. I think Sandeep has an amazing grasp on what is possible in the blockchain world, and he's a deep thinker, philosophical thinker. So we can always organize a jam on this. That's how we bonded, me and Sandeep. Because whatever he does is too high IQ for me to comprehend. So I feel almost dumb listening to what he's making. So I think I'll stick to what I know. But super awesome to hear this.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sandeep. Okay, done. Okay, so I want to hear from Sahil and Vamsi a quick roundup of how did you feel about the first episode?
Yeah, so I think it was a lot of fun. I feel underqualified listening to such amazing ideas. Who am I to evaluate them? But it was a lot of fun, and I think you got a fantastic set of people in the first episode itself. So I can't wait to see what kind of entrepreneurs you get in the future. And yeah, good fun.
Yeah,
Awesome,
it was
thank you.
very exciting. It was very unique set of ideas. I don't know if you have curated intentionally or unintentionally. I'm not sure, but the mix was very interesting.
Intentionally, bro.
Yeah. The mix was
अच्छे
very
लोग ही लाते हैं
interesting.
हम यहाँ पे सिर्फ.
Yeah, the mix was very interesting where you have like the next idea is not very predictable. I'm eagerly waiting like, okay, what is this idea going to be like? So that's how I have been throughout the thing.
Awesome. And by the way, we covered some really broad variety within 4 startups, right? Like one is deep tech, one is clean tech, one is mental health tech, and then one is HR tech. मतलब कोई relation ही नहीं है और सब फोड़ रहे हैं कुछ तो अपने अपने डोमेन में कैसे तो कुछ तो फोड़ रहे हैं. I'm really impressed by all of these guys. And when I was, curating all the startups, I was like, wow. I mean, we've got exciting set of people, and I was working very closely. I'm sorry, guys. By the way, I wasn't as available because मैं कुछ और event में लगा हुआ था. But I hope I was able to give enough feedback and attention in helping you guys come up to this point and doing your best in this. So I would love to hear one by one. Like, I mean, if you have got some thoughts, you can turn on. सब अपने अपने audios on कर लो यार. Again, if your babies are crying in the background, तो mute करने का है. बाकी तो चलेगा सब.
Yeah, I guess it was like really fun because when you talk with folks who have already been in your shoe in the past and understands you and what phase you are in and how and all that, so that reviews that kick hits different. So that's why thanks a lot, Sahil and Vamsi, for all your reviews. We'll ping you on mail or LinkedIn and hope I can get some.
And I hope you guys become friends. I have no intentions of making an investor-founder relationship. कोई मतलब नहीं है. Don't look at them as investors just because they happen to look at them as friends. People you can it's okay to exchange favors sometimes.
Sure.
Okay.
And if you do, then Nivedan wants his cut.
Yeah.
Oh, of course. I made this clear. This is my business model. By the way, anyone who's watching me, this entire thing, none of these people have paid me anything. And I mean, feel free to Paytm my number. So but completely unpaid help here.
Yeah, I think another great thing about this format is this is informal, right? Generally, all of the investors or other people you connect in the startups are very formal. The t-shirts with tie and this informal kind of setting gives you a kind of comfort where you're kind of willing to share everything and you're not just trying to stick to a script.
Actually, I had one more question from you both guys. Like, what's the key to employee retention?
That's what everyone's asking. Nobody knows the answer. Even I'm trying to find out what the answer is.
You need to have the certain brownie point.
The HR guy is here, so you should ask that guy.
He wants to kick out HR, so he's the wrong person to ask.
Arey, so Sahil, the story is I am the evil behind this actually. I was like, कि है ना एकदम बकर pitch बनानी है अपने को. I was just talking to all of these people. I hope, by the way, guys, some of these ideas were useful. I would love to hear feedback on that too. I like to believe कि decent ideas थे क्योंकि मैं दे रहा था. But then I don't know how much you hated or loved them. HR को fire करवाते हैं यार अपन तो मस्ती करते हैं. But then again, if HR is the user, by the way, Debarya, then you should have taken the call कि यार HR user है तो निवेदन का आइडिया रिजेक्ट करने का है.
नहीं मेरा ये कहना था कि इधर हम HR का काम आसान कर देते फिर इनका नौकरी खा जाते. दोनों में से कुछ एक ही तो करते.
Don't. तुम्हारा see, if the CEO or the decision maker of that company is the only one involved and they don't need any support from the HR now, then you can say that, right? Just a very important point, I think, because मेरा जो advice था, suggestion था, that doesn't hold true in this case, and I'm putting myself against my own previous opinion here. I have no qualms about it, because I didn't understand कि मुझे लगता था directly CEO शायद use करेगा या फिर HR बिल्कुल आखिर में जरूरत पड़ेगा. But if HR is involved, you must make sure that the message goes out at this. We empower your HRs to help you make the best hires.
Exactly. So ये काफी इंटरेस्टिंग है, क्योंकि आप देखिए जो सीड या सीरीज है फंडेड स्टार्टअप्स है, उनका ज्यादा बजट एलोकेशन एचआर टीम के लिए रहता ही नहीं है. उनको बस टीम एक्सपोनेंशियली बढ़ाना है, लेकिन एचआर उनके इन हाउस रहता ही नहीं है. उनको अगर एक ऑटोमेटिक सॉल्यूशन मिल जाए तो उनके लिए काम आसान हो जाए.
So it should be with a smaller HR team you can achieve 3x the result, something like that.
बिल्कुल.
That's completely okay, small, but you can't say you make their life easy. You can make a smaller team, that's fine. Just a small thing, because I think it's very important. वो idea please मत use करना कहीं पे भी. Don't fire them.
बिल्कुल.
मैं तो मस्ती कर रहा था, लेकिन
मेरे ज्यादा से काम रहता है एचआर लोगों के साथ. अगर फायर दम बोल दूं तो मेरा आधा क्लाइंट
अभी तुम्हारा ये वीडियो जा रहा है ऑनलाइन, तो you defend your reputation. मेरे पे डिफेमेशन नहीं करेगा.
सारे एचआर लोग जो देख रहे हो, ये मेरा आइडिया बिल्कुल नहीं था, ये निवेदन का आइडिया था.
हाँ, I take responsibility guys. He is exceptional. I take responsibility. मेरे को फंड्स मत देना, बस इसको दे दो.
It was amazing. मतलब पहली बार इतना मजा आया. Like I did not have to remember my EBITDA, my pre-sales return, my post-sales return, और pitch deck भी रहना नहीं था.
Exactly. Why the hell are we getting stuck with financials on day one? I've complained with this, right? Vamsi, just imagine first pitch mein, do you want to listen to everything? You receive pitches. This is subsequent pitches, right? Where subsequent discussions, not even pitches anymore.
Right.
So I think this is the best way where you can give immediate value without complicating it, man.
बहुत मज़ा आया यार, बहुत मज़ा आया. इवन इन सबको देख के काफ़ी मज़ा आया और बहुत इंस्पायरिंग भी था मेरे लिए भी. यस, आई होप मैं भी कभी यहाँ पे देखते हैं आगे वाले एपिसोड्स में.
वो मैंने देखो, you've had a word from me. I'll make sure all of this happens for you.
निवेदन, मुझे अंकित को देख के बाद में लग रहा है 2 साल पहले मिल जाते तो ड्रॉप आउट नहीं करना पड़ता.
पढ़ाई कर लेता पहले, थोड़ा सा ड्रॉप आउट कर लिया तूने, एकदम बिना डिग्री का इलिटरेट पर्सन. पर ठीक है,
नहीं ऐसे भी सीख सकते हैं, मतलब डिग्री की जरूरत नहीं है, ऐसे भी.
नहीं मजाक कर रहा हूँ यार. दैट्स द एंटायर पॉइंट. I like that Himanshu has the guts and he's got the mission. It's not easy. I mean it's a rare thing that, and smart है बंदा, एकदम फुल यूज कर रहा है. मैं छोटा हूँ, मैं क्यूट हूँ, मैं एकदम मिशन पे हूँ, मुझे फंड कर दो, मैं काम करके दिखा देगा. Like you know, get all those feedback in.
For sure.
Awesome. Thank you guys. Bye.
Awesome.
Final
Thank
bye.
you.
Bye bye.